No, you know what? Thank you for being on. Um, you're a fucking genius.
Oh, thanks.
You actually put a plan that I've been bitching about and crying about since I think 2013. It's one thing to think of a plan, but following through and physically doing it scientifically, that's a whole nother animal. Um, Good for you, man. How many lives have you saved? How
Yeah,
many?
so it's hard to have an exact number as far as worldwide. I mean, we've shipped thousands of vehicles over the years, and we've been in business since 1993. We have a great team internationally, but on record, we would say about 250 to 300 plus lives have been saved.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's just we have great individuals. We have just an international reach that I think is unparalleled with our company. So yeah, I mean, anywhere from Nigeria to Thailand to the Philippines. I mean, we try and reach as many clients as we can. We've tried to make it so anyone can visit one of our facilities within a 5 hour or so flight. So anyone can hop on a 5 hour plane, plane ride, and that's not too difficult. And they actually meet with us themselves. So that way, I think it's helped us just reach a lot more people and have a little bit of success.
So saving one life in life is probably one of the best things. It probably is the best thing you could do on planet Earth while we're roaming around here for the short time we're doing.
Yeah,
I
great.
can't think of anything better besides saving one life. You right now, at the very least, you and your company saved at least 233 lives. And I agree with you. It's like you said, you probably saved a lot more than that, but you just don't know it because it hasn't been proven. But so we have a problem in Chicago, as I'm sure you heard of.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of problems, actually.
A lot of carjackings, a lot of random acts of violence. Yeah, we see the news reports all the time.
Yeah, no, I bet you're worldwide. So yeah, that's good. Um, Chicago police officers, two of them, many years ago, sometime in the year 2016, if I recall, they were undercover officers sitting in a van parked in one of the worst areas in Chicago called the back of the yards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they got shot at with some high gun. I'm not into guns, so I don't know anything about them, but I know it's one of those powerful ones. And thank God they're okay. They lived.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's when I got angry and I was saying, why did they put these officers in the middle of the worst, one of the worst areas in Chicago, sitting in an unprotected van just to get shot at? I mean, you're literally a sitting duck. So after I saw that video with the gunshots and the bullets in the van and they went to the hospital, I'm like, all right, so we need to learn from this tragedy. It could have been worse, but we need to learn from this. Um, I've been contacting a lot of people, some aldermen, some people from the mayor's office, and they all pretty much turned me down. They all pretty much gave me an excuse. They gave me a runaround. They actually don't even have an excuse not to put bulletproof glass on Chicago police officers. They actually just kind of say, I'll get back to you. I'll ignore you. That they see it. And in their eyes, they're like, oh shit, this guy's on to something. He's going to cost us a lot of money. Um, the bottom line is the masterminds who run City Hall, the masterminds who runs these state agencies, they don't care about the Chicago police getting shot at or killed any different than they care about the poor people getting shot or killed. And I don't know if the Chicago police realize that. I think they're starting to figure it out. Um, so I'm trying my best to get a car equipped with your services. So, Dan, he's an awesome guy. Saw that video. First of all, I need to work out with him so I can get ripped like I used to. Secondly, I need to know what vitamins or steroids or drugs he's taking, because his arms are freaking huge. I mean, mine are pretty good, but his is, you know, they're out there. So I definitely need to talk to him. He did an excellent job putting that video shooting at cars. How much does something like that cost? So I have a meeting coming up with someone from the Chicago police. He's really good. He's probably the best. And I think that meeting is going to be right around the corner any day. And I want to present this to him because I know he cares. He doesn't give excuses. He doesn't give runarounds. He cares more about the police than I do, you know? How much does one bulletproof glass for a Chicago police vehicle cost in your estimated opinion?
Yeah, no, I have exact numbers, and there's a lot to take in there. So if it's okay, if we can just backtrack just a little bit on, just so I can answer a couple of these questions. So first off, sorry, I have a sensor on the light, but with police departments, and we do work with several police departments across the country, anywhere from California, here in Utah, Colorado. We've been trying to get with New York police departments, obviously in Chicago, there's a need there. The challenge that we've been running into is there's a lot of bureaucracy amongst different departments, and we completely understand. The challenges of, okay, if this police department gets armored glass or an outfitment of an armored vehicle, and this other department doesn't have those resources, and attack, someone's life is lost, if something tragic were to happen, how is that handled with attorneys, with lawyers, and things like that? So, I mean, for us, it would be great. I mean, we could just shut down, and if we would get a contract to armor every single police vehicle in the country, I mean, we'd be set, right? We wouldn't need any other business because there's just so many police officers. But what we've realized over the years is they're very hard to get contracts, or they're contracts that are quite lengthy. So say for right now we have a police vehicle. This is a contract that we got over a year ago. Okay, so it's kind of time consuming and stuff. So if I can kind of answer that question. And then as far as the products that we offer, we have a variety of handgun glass. Our handgun glass is going to range from about 21 millimeters. We go up to all the way up to 74 millimeter thick glass. So our handgun glass is going to stop your typical 357 44, and then we can go all the way up to 50 cal, AR-15, armor piercing, 30-06 type rounds. So we have a wide variety of products that can be suited for any type of need. We've done fully armored cars, fully armored vans, fully armored SUVs for police departments, and those fully armored like Suburbans are going to range in the $130,000 to $200,000 range, just depending on how they're outfitted. If a police department is just wanting to get, say, a bulletproof windshield, which I'm happy to show you and give you kind of a tour of our factory and show you some of our products. But if someone is just looking for something like that, the glass windshield is going to range generally from about $4,500 up to about $10,000 for a windshield. Now, we do have, for specific departments, we do have what's called a police package that has like your front doors, your windshield, your run flats, operable windows, things of that nature. And that's going to be in the $20,000 to $25,000 range. So if you'd like, I can.
You're making the politicians and the masterminds at City Hall very nervous, sir.
Let me kind of just give you a quick tour of some of our glass. I'm going to turn the camera around.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see how thick our glass is. Okay. So this is kind of a heavy duty piece. As you can see, here's my finger. Okay. So this glass is over 3 inches in thickness. Okay, so these are just some samples. Okay, this right here is something you kind of very common in police departments here. So this is going to be about 1.5 inches or so in thickness. And let's see, I have some other pieces. I have a piece in front that was shot at. Okay, are you able to see this with the camera turned around?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So here's another common piece. This is the one that you saw on the what's inside, and when we shot a Tesla. With Jerry and with Zach and Dan. So this is a piece here where this is with some different handguns on it. You can see kind of how we've done a sample piece. So this piece here is 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and we'll shoot those with any like Glocks or anything. This was shot at with an AR-15. We put about 25 to 30 rounds into this piece here. So you can see
you did a lot of experiment, man. That's very good for
you.
Oh,
we do a ton of experimenting. So that's part of the name of the game with it. We have to be in an industry, we have to have a product that that works, 100% of the time. So
was that a shark tank in the background or a fish tank?
We have a fish tank here. Yeah, it doesn't have any fish right now. I'm in kind of a temporary facility.
All right,
that we've been armoring, but yeah, the owner of the company really enjoys fish. So,
okay, good.
But it's
you're not shooting at the fish tank with the fish in there to demonstrate, are you?
That's something we haven't done, but we're always open to that kind of stuff. So no, I'm just
because there was no fish in the tank, and I'm thinking, did you guys make a mistake and accidentally put in the wrong glass?
I wouldn't say we're expert snipers, but I would say we're much better shots than that. We don't randomly shoot at fish tanks around here, but no, just the sample glass and just the products, and we have a demonstration over here where if we need to, we can shoot at certain products. We can do testing and things like that.
Dan kind of scares me. During that whole video, he looks like he's really, really enjoying himself with different weapons and shooting at different things. He has that Secret Service response time where after he shoots and he hears those loud noises, it doesn't affect him at all one bit.
Well, and in that particular video, and we've done a number of them now. I mean, we love working with YouTubers and just kind of say, hey, look, this is our product. If you're interested in, you want to shoot at a car, if it's something that's going to help you, and these products generally go viral. There are these videos just because of the nature of what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, we shot at a Lamborghini. We've shot at a Tesla. We've shot at vans. Sometimes we'll just take a windshield out and shoot it at that. So we love working on these type of videos just because we have products there that people like to see things that are unique, that are interesting.
You shot at a Lamborghini?
We did, yeah. I can send you that video and that link. So a guy named Edwin, who's just absolutely awesome. He took out his Lamborghini. He let us put his product on it, and we shot at a Lamborghini. So yeah, so just a little unique, but just trying to show, hey, look, this can be used on sports cars. It can be used on everyday cars. Yeah. And the video you're referencing too is, I mean, if you were to know the setting, kind of the background. So we're kind of in a enclosed location. We didn't want to have too much disturbance, so we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere in a town called Ogden, and there's what's called the Business Depot. And in this depot, we were at a warehouse, and then we kind of had it arranged where we just had this facility for a certain number of hours. We pulled the car in, so it's all enclosed. I mean, it's kind of like this one where there's bricks all around. So I think the reason where, there wasn't any hesitancy at all, but just we had to have, ear protection and just to ensure, because I mean, it was so loud. I mean, he wasn't even firing anything too heavy. It wasn't like he was firing AR-15s or like a 30-06 or something, but I mean, he was just firing handguns at the Tesla, if that's the one you're talking about. And I mean, it was so loud. I mean, I can't even imagine without ear protection. I mean, I think people would have had damaged ears or something, but yeah. He's
calm the whole time. He doesn't break a sweat. He got that Secret Service response time. And I admired that.
He has the 007, the James Bond blood in him. So
yeah, he's an awesome guy. I would love to hang out with him, share some stories with him off camera.
Yeah,
he's an awesome. If he came to Chicago and ran for politics, he would fix this. No fucking questions asked. All right,
for sure.
So recently, one of my main concerns just as a private citizen, it bothers me. I don't know why. Maybe I'm bored. Maybe I just want to see if I could fix it. Racking up heaven points. Either way, I'm here. Mm-hmm. We recently had a federal ATF agent shot. And we recently had 2 Chicago police officers shot in their vehicle, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, some crazy lunatic allegedly thought they were rival gang members. They weren't. They were tracking him through a tracking device, and he shot at them. Luckily, again, like the back of the yard shooting many years ago, they're okay. I mean, they're alive. Now, I don't know if they're mentally okay. I never been shot at. So unless you've been shot at, I don't know what their mental state is. And I'm afraid that some of our masterminds who run City Hall and some of the people who put on the front at City Hall, um, I'm afraid that they don't know. They definitely don't care. They say they do, but I know they don't. Evidence shows they don't, because if they did, they would have fixed this back when it happened the first time. Um, I don't know how they're okay mentally after they just got shot, realize how they almost died. I don't know if they're physically okay. I don't know if they're sleeping well after that incident. Mentally, that federal ATF agent and those Chicago police officers, they have to be, to a certain extent, pretty fucked up. So my goal is to try to prevent that from happening again. Um, if we can get one Chicago police vehicle, and I think you brought up a good point. There's laws that have to go in place, and obviously there's a lot of paperwork. But for now, we need to want to protect these officers and these ATF agents when they're in these areas. We need to want that. I know you definitely want that. Of course, I want that. So if we can convince City Hall and the masterminds, let's just get one Chicago police vehicle, armored and bulletproof, just one. And the rest of the departments will start bitching and crying and saying, hey, he got it. Now I want one. What about my life?
Mhm.
Am I crazy for thinking that would probably happen down the road? Or what do you think?
Well, so every agency that we talk to absolutely wants this product. Okay, I haven't talked to one police officer that's like, no, no, I'm good, I'm okay. So there's not one that's going to decline getting one of these. The challenge comes in when you talk about budgets, when you talk about availability, when you talk about the types of vehicles, just exactly what you're saying. Okay, they may have a fleet of 50 units in their department, but who's going to decide if we're armoring 5 of them? Who's going to decide who gets the 5, right? It's kind of like, okay, who gets the golden goose? Who gets the golden egg?
The
To kind of
worst
picture
neighborhood
them.
in Chicago. So we would do, in my opinion, we would go
Yeah.
off the history of where these two have been shot at. So
Hmm.
we'll start with the back of the yard since they came first, and then we'll start with where the ATF agent and Chicago police officer was recently shot at.
No, absolutely. And see where our company is coming in. We service anyone that's looking for something. I mean, we're not selling to bad guys, but as far as we're trying to provide solutions. Okay, we
Right.
have products. We have these things that have been thoroughly tested, that are certified. We talk with people all over the country, and generally our products are needed in more dangerous areas. We have a lot of clients in Chicago. We have a lot of clients in New York, Southern California, Las Vegas, Florida is picking up. So, I mean, right now it's just a matter of, okay, they give us a contract, whether they're doing off, funding, or sometimes, I mean, we've had some departments just pay with a credit card. They're just trying, hey, look, we absolutely need just something, even if we can just get one. That's how they pay us. So we're trying to say, okay, whether we're doing the private sector, whether we're doing governments, whether we're serving businesses, this is how we've learned to armor the best and have the best protection available on the market. So it's getting cars that can match their original appearance. We don't want these cars looking like they're tanks. We don't want them looking like they're armored. And we're taking existing vehicles and then we're bringing them to our facility and saying, okay, you want to get a Ford Escape armored? No problem. Okay, you want to get a Chevy Suburban armored? No problem. So we do Range Rovers, we do Tesla, we do Cadillac Escalades, we do a lot of Ford Transits, Mercedes Sprinters. I mean, there's probably about 50, 60 makes and models that we focus on, that are quite popular and quite good for armoring. And generally, these are a little bit more expensive vehicles. I mean, your Range Rovers can start at what 120,000 and kind of go up from there. And then you have the armoring and all these different things. So, but yeah, I mean, we invite people to come visit us. I mean, we love educating people about what we're doing. It's a very labor-intensive process. It's something that some guys, and we get calls frequently and quite often that there's a guy in New York that has a garage, and oh, don't worry, just send me the materials and I'll install it myself. And we'll send him over something, and then he spends the next 2 weeks calling us every day and it's like, oh, this was a lot more difficult than I thought. So, it does take a particular skill set. It does take a lot of labor, a lot of hours to get it just right. It's kind of like it's an art, or it's manufacturing. I mean, however you want. That's why I really admire Tesla, because they're innovating and they're coming up with new technologies and things like that. So we want to be on the cutting edge as well, providing our clients with not only the lightest armor, but the strongest and best that's gonna, in any circumstance, it's gonna get them to have that peace of mind. And if they ever are attacked, and I personally have never been shot at, but they can have that peace of mind knowing that the product's going to work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's going to save their life. That's what it comes down to. We've never lost a client in any one of our vehicles. So
yeah, that's important. That is important. And I'm lost for words when I talk about this topic, because you're right. You hit it head on. The bottom line is, this is going to save lives, and somehow, some way, our city hall officials need to start pouring out some money for this. We obviously can't get all the cars equipped with bulletproof glass, but we could start with one, see how it works out, which is, it's obviously going to work out great. You have Exhibit A, you have Exhibit B, you have the evidence. We obviously have our officers and our federal agents getting shot at, so we have the evidence laid out. More than likely, unfortunately, it is going to happen again. It's just a matter of when, where, and who. So we need to start preventing. And unfortunately, our state government, they don't know how to prevent. They don't have any military experience for most of the part. They never did a sting operation before. They never did a covert operation before. How they got the job, I have no idea. Paid for ads. So they're nothing like you explaining this and coming up with these ideas, but they are in position. So we have to figure. I think what we're gonna have to do. And let me ask you this question. If I present this to City Hall and I give them everything I need to give them, they're experts at coming up with excuses. They're experts at delaying, and they're just experts at saying no in their own way. I would like to buy one with my own money, so they can't say they don't have the budget for it. I would like to say, I'm donating this personally for one vehicle, and that will leave them no headroom at all for them to say no. There would be no reason for them to say no. I'm paying for it. Let's do one. Let's put it on the news. Obviously, you would be on the news, not me. The officer would be on the news, or the ATF agent would be on the news, and we'll see how it goes, and the rest will go from there. So my $1 million question to you is, if I have to pay for this out of my own pocket to start a movement for them and save lives, how much is that going to run me for one vehicle of a typical Chicago police car?
Yeah, and it all depends on what you're getting. I mean, if you're getting a fully armored vehicle that you want to stop a 7.62 by 39 type round, which is a high-powered rifle, I mean, those packages can be in the $70,000 range. If you're wanting to get just like a sample where we get a windshield and some front doors, I mean, those are going to be in the 20s and 30s, kind of like what we talked about. If you're wanting to get like all the glass and everything, we kind of have a signature package that we offer. That's very common, that's in the 50s, that can stop any high-powered handgun on the market. So again, like anything, it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. If we're armoring a Lamborghini, that's obviously going to take more of our higher paid skilled guys than if we're just armoring, a Chevy Suburban or something. So there's a lot of different factors. And, people call quite often and they're like, hey, what's the price of an armored car? And so, well, they don't know what car they want. They don't know, they don't know a lot of different things that they're inquiring about. So, we're trying to help them and educate them and say, okay, what is your budget? What are you trying to accomplish? Are you going to be using this as an everyday driver? Are you going to be, in dangerous areas like what you talked about? So I mean, business is great right now, but our job as a company is to try and educate and say, look, this is kind of like an insurance package. We don't want anyone to be shot, but if they ever are shot, this is a dangerous, scary world we're living in. And if they are shot, if they are attacked, then we have the product, we have the solutions for them. Because it's scary out there. We have a lot of clients that will call and say, look, I just had a friend get attacked. I had, a carjacking. I had a kidnapping attempt all my life. So, we try and cater something because, we understand that it's expensive. But at the same time, the world's getting to the place now where if you think 50 years ago, maybe a lot of people had their homes and they didn't put locks on the door. They just thought, oh, it's, hey, mi casa, su casa, hey, look, everyone can kind of come in freely and we can all be friends. And, they weren't worried about theft. They weren't worried about these dangers that we have today. Now it feels like, everyone's wearing, they're packing, everyone has a handgun at least on them. Everyone has a gun available to them. So what we're trying to say, look, if these situations come up, then you can be at least safe in your vehicle. And now I don't think too many people would even blink an eye at having a lock on their door or having, an alarm system on their home. And all we're trying to say is some of your most dangerous trips, some where you can be most readily attacked, can be in your car. I mean, think about it. You're on the freeway. People shut down the freeway, or you get barricaded in some road, or someone's chasing you. I mean, you're kind of a sitting duck a little bit. So I think the reason that car armoring has become so popular is because, hey, look, you're going from A to B. Maybe you're coming to and from an event, to and from work. Maybe you're a musician that needs to be transported to the airport. Maybe you're an athlete that wants to get transported from a facility, from an arena or something. So what we're trying to do is have that protection on that vehicle. So, hey, your vehicle gets, stopped at a stop sign, guys come out and try and attack you. You have that armor protection on the car. So, that's why I think it's become a little bit more popular. Would you like to see some of the cars and some of the work we're doing on the floor?
Absolutely. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this video and I'm going to upload it to my Operation Chicago YouTube channel and probably another channel. And again, I believe I have, it's not confirmed yet. I think it is, but I believe I have someone who is a really good soul, and he's the voice, one of the voices. I think he's the voice for the Chicago Police Department. And he cares about his officers. Of course, I have no promises. I have no guarantees. I'm just a private civilian who cares about everyone in Chicago, regardless of who you are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're doing your part. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to do my part as a soul and participate and leave planet Earth better than what it already, it is. I think our city officials, again, with all respect to them, and I guess this isn't can't put it in a nice way, but they don't have experience like this. They're not educated, obviously, like you. They claim they're looking for ideas. I don't think they are, but let's put them to the test. You want ideas? You want to keep everyone safe? This is the way to do it. What pains me the most is the ATF agent who was shot, the Chicago police officers who were shot recently, and the Chicago police officers who were shot a few years ago in the back of the yards. When they get shot, these officers, they go to the hospital, and God only knows what condition. And you have these city officials who go to the hospital. Oh, this person went to support him. This person went to support him. It's all a big publicity stunt. I can't speak for the ATF agent, and I can't speak for the Chicago police officers, but in my opinion, if I was in their position, I would say, I don't give two flying fucks that you're here. That support means nothing to me. Companies get sued all the time. And one of the reasons why they get sued is because the high profile defense attorney states on there, you should have done more to protect your employee.
Yeah.
And we don't protect our Chicago police officers. We don't care about them. We don't protect our ATF agents. I don't ever speak bad about the federal government, but that ATF agent should have been protected by the city officials and the Chicago officials when he was cooperating and assisting and using his expertise for these Chicago police officers. And they're not protected. They're, like you said, they're sitting ducks. We're all sitting ducks. It's bad. It's really bad. Back in 1982, how this originally started, not that it matters at this point, but we do need to know the history of how Chicago got the way it was so we don't make the same mistake again. I'm not a big fan of history. I hate it. It's disgusting. It's gross, but I do need to know about it so we don't do this shit again. How Chicago got this way is back in 1982, masterminds control the lawmakers as they do now, and they said, make all guns illegal. So no one can't carry a gun in Chicago, and that passed back in 1982. What they said was what is going to happen is now all the good people and the good law-abiding
Yeah.
citizens won't be able to protect themselves, and
Yeah.
they're going to have to depend on us. So therefore, we're going to expand the police department. We're going to expand the state's attorney's office. We're going to expand the public defender's office. We're going to expand the prosecutor's office. We're going to get a hell of a lot of money from IDOC and Cook County Jail, and it's big business. Later on, years down the road, sometime approximately in 2013, the Supreme Court has sent the former Attorney General office, you guys have been violating the citizens of the state of Illinois' rights for this whole time. Fix it. And now they finally fixed it where they're still getting money for permits for FOIA gun cards or whatever it is. But it's going to take the same amount of time from 1982 to 2013. So all the bad guys know everyone has a gun. In Texas, they don't go through this. People in Texas know you do anything stupid, you'll get your fucking head blown off by a private citizen. And if that person doesn't have a gun, someone around him does. Don't play in Texas. It's a constitutional American state that I admire. Unfortunately, this has become big business for state government in Chicago, and it's beyond poor people dying. They say black, they say brown. You could pick a color, that's fine. It's a poor issue now, and the Chicago police and ATF agent, they're with the poor people getting shot, and we need to protect them all, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and from our point of view, the more people that can have these type of products and unfortunately, we don't want to live in a world like this, you know, where there's a need for something like this. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to make money, but as far as with our business, you know, we found we have a very good niche. We have a very good product. It's a very unique product, and it's something that, you know, we try and get into as many people's hands that want it. So let me kind of just turn the camera around again. So this is just kind of our manufacturing facility. At any given time around the world, this is just one location, but at any given time around the world, we're going to be working on probably about 200 cars from our government to private civilian sector. So yeah, we idea, you know, what we do to these cars as far as the labor. So out of these 3 units, which 2 are armored? Which 2 would you say would be armored? So the goal is to try and get them to blend in.
Right.
Can you tell which?
I see you did the same thing.
These are armored, one is not.
Man, you know what?
So yeah, this Escalade is armored. Okay. This GMC is armored, and then this Suburban over here is not. We just barely got this one to upgrade in armor. So, you know, I show you on this here, taking out the original rock chips and cracks and things in the windshield. So what we've done here is we've taken off the windshield, and then we have some glass and these pieces here. So this is the replacement windshield. We'll be putting this in, so at least you can get a little. This is.
Yeah, I apologize, man. It's breaking up. I think, yeah, your walls are like my walls here, so I fully understand that that's the way it has to be with the reception. But I think they get the point. Again, I have absolutely no promises at all, but what I'm gonna do in my goal, take this video, upload it to my YouTube channel. I have a little fan base from a TV show that I was on many years ago that still stick around for some odd reason. I definitely have a lot, in my opinion, government guys on my channel for other reasons. So I mean, if they're gonna watch me, at least they could get some ideas for their own friends if they call them their friends. I do have that meeting with the the voice for CPD, who's, in my opinion, he's the voice, and I think he's going to be coming to my studio sometime in the next couple weeks. I'm definitely going to share this to him. I can't speak for him, I would never dare, but in my strong personal opinion, I think this guy is going to, and again, this is my opinion, I think this guy is going to love you. I think he's going to love your company. I think he's going to love this idea. I know he wants to help his people out because he's always fighting for the Chicago police officers, for the men and women. So I pray that this works. And if, again, if we could just do one, we could do another. And I don't think the city or the state should say we don't have the money, we don't have the budget. They have the money. We spent over $1 billion on CPD's budget, plus another $300 million for overtime during the George Floyd protests. So they have the money to do at least one, and let's see where it goes. And if it goes
Okay.
good, which is it's going to, in my opinion, I think, if anything, the goal, hopefully, if this works out, then the federal government may possibly say, "We'll donate a few cars too to get them armored for their agents."
Yeah, and if it's okay, if I can just do a plug on, so if anyone's interested, they can check out our website, which is just armormax, ARMORMAX.com. So just armormax.com. We have tons of pages, tons of information, videos on there if you just want to learn more, if there's interest. But yeah, we try and write about anything from international security while you're traveling to what are the best types of run flats. I mean, we have a lot of information about various topics. So, but yeah, however we can help. I mean, people can always call us. We love educating, as I said, and love kind of talking about the different pros and cons to having an armored vehicle. Having an armored car is not for everybody, but yeah, for those individuals that do have a threat or have a perceived need, whether they're police officers, celebrities, business owners. I mean, we've done stuff for dentists. So, I mean, we really try and cater to individuals that just
a dentist
we've
got
done,
his car armored.
Yeah. I don't know if he was worried about root canals that have gone bad or something, or I don't know, or just thought it was he had the means and thought it was really cool to have an armored car. So, but yeah, I mean, we work with anybody that needs these type of products that has a threat, and love to answer any questions that come up.
Yeah, you got a good facility, man. You do a lot of women go through there, and are they like impressed?
We do tours. I don't know how many women or men. I don't have an exact number, but yeah, anybody that wants to come to a tour, we do a lot of scout groups. There's a lot of individuals around that want to show their families and things like that. So yeah,
So
I mean, we try and cater that.
So for the single women who are watching this on YouTube, are you married?
I am married. Yes, happily married. Yeah, I have 3 kids.
Oh, okay. So you're off the limits. See, if I was you, I mean,
I'm off limits.
You're off limits. Okay, so I have a girl too, so I can't do it either. But if I was, this was my younger days and I didn't have a girl, if I was you, so I always had a recording studio in my life. And
Yeah.
man, that attracts women like a lot. I mean, they just see it, they're like, wow. Granted, I don't know how to use any of these fucking buttons, but it looks like I do know how to use them. If I was you, I'd be getting a lot of girls, armored cars. This is cool. I mean, I would have a party in your shop. But
well, it's actually the reverse in some cases, because they see the price tag on it, so they'll be like, oh, a lot of men, they'll say, oh, well, I'm really interested in this, but let me talk to the boss. Let me go talk to my wife. And I think in a lot of cases, actually the wife that doesn't want this, or the wife is complete. I mean, we kind of get 2 different camps, or the wife is actually really on board and, hey, we absolutely want this, we need this. But no, I mean, dealing with guns and dealing with high-end cars, and most, I would say 90% of the customers we have would be men, even though a lot of women would still use this. A lot of women don't want to talk about the cars or going through the whole experience of buying. So, but
I wonder if Britney Spears or Kim Kardashian would want this.
Yeah, so we keep our client list pretty confidential, but yeah, those people do have armored vehicles.
Oh yeah, that's good, man. Good. Hey, man, it was a pleasure talking to you again. I think you're a really good person. You're a great soul. You're doing some good things, man. So you're going to heaven before my dumbass is. I'm following you, but you're definitely, you're going there before me. And I really pray that these politicians and these masterminds, I really pray that they just take a few seconds out to say, you know what? These guys aren't really they're not getting nothing out of it. Let's just get some heaven points. Let's get a few of these cars, save some of our police officers and ATF agents, and let's just shut Eric up for once and for all, even though I don't think that's going to work, but let's shut him up. Let's get a couple. Let's prove him wrong. Let's see if this works. And that's my prayer. You ever need anything, if you're ever in Chicago, you have my phone number. Give me a call, give me a text. I would love for you to, have lunch with you. And if this does work, I would love for you to come to Chicago. We'll put a couple volunteer cops in the car after you arm it and see if they don't mind you shooting away, see if it
Yeah,
works.
yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're happily to demo the products, happily to have samples and things like that. And, I really appreciate having me on, and best of luck with you at the Operation Chicago.
Later, buddy. Hopefully we'll be in touch, bro.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. See you. Bye.